Hello everyone, welcome to the Health Connections training session on social media and advanced internet marketing. So this is training course section 6, and today we're going to be talking all about press releases and video marketing. So when we're using press releases and video marketing, these two tools will help accomplish the following. Fundamentally, particularly for video marketing, it'll help you be where people are spending their time. The younger demographics are absolutely making YouTube as one of their #1 choices and destinations for where they do all their searches, where they find all their information, and how they connect and learn about the world nowadays. Video is hot, that's for sure. Both of these tools, though, will also ensure that you are a recognized authority in your field or your specialty. They will help improve your brand awareness and your reputation, and they are a way to reach new audience members and related media outlets, the press, so to speak, while broadening your reach. Both of these tools help you to communicate different messages to different target audiences based on who uses each medium. And fundamentally, as most other things we have talked about, both press releases and video marketing help you get tons and tons of backlinks, which then boosts your ranking in the search engines and helps you get that front page organic search results that you're looking for. So here are some of the popular video sites. We have Blip TV, Daily Motion, Giggler, Kawego, Multiply, Vidler, and of course YouTube. There's a few older ones listed up here, but some of them, like this one, have since disappeared. So things are constantly changing out there in the marketplace. One nice go-to would be this website here, www.allvideosites.com, and let me just show that to you for a second. Just find it right here. Oops. So this is, as you can see, all video sites, the list of video sharing websites and internet TV from around the world. So you have English-speaking websites. You have ones in other countries, after I scroll through all these, from India, Arabic, Bulgarian, Chinese, France, German, Italy, Japan, and the Netherlands, Russia, Spanish, Sweden, Thailand, Turkey, and Vietnam. So a great site to know about if you'd like to post your videos all over the world. Okay. Oh, and as it just said right back there, is they have over 250 links so far. So constantly expanding. Good stuff. So in video marketing, lots of people find that by doing good, producing good videos and then doing good search engine optimization, they can get quite high in the Google ranking. And fundamentally, it's a way to promote your product, your service, or your brand without spending tons and tons of money on paid advertising. So a lot of people think that video marketing is one of the most powerful internet marketing strategies for driving traffic, targeted traffic, as well as passive traffic to your internet websites. So we're going to go through a couple of tips. In fact, video marketing can be kind of the perfect companion to article marketing, and with both of them combined, they'll drive traffic once they have been created and distributed. One of the places to go is to think about what you want to do from a topic perspective is you need to find a topic that's regularly searched on Google, and this will enable you to create a video that will get substantial web traffic. The following two tools are effective for finding kind of hot topics. Yahoo Answers. What you can do there is type your primary keyword phrase into the search box, record the more popular questions asked pertaining to your topic, and base your video on those topics and answering those questions. Another opportunity would be Google Trends, listed right there. And with Google Trends, you can explore the current hottest trends on the internet and kind of go from that perspective. Many marketers kind of shy away from video marketing because they feel they lack the technical competencies, or they don't have the software, or they dislike appearing on video. Well, kind of as I hinted at before, the action is on YouTube. It's now the world's second largest search engine, and it has more views daily than either Yahoo or Bing. So if you're not on video, then you're not where the action is occurring. Search engines also love video, so it's not that difficult to get to the #1 position in Google in video if you have a well-optimized video, and that's all about the SEO, which we'll talk about in a little while. Okay. So of course, as with everything else, you need to perform a detailed keyword research. Now that you kind of selected the hot topic pertaining to your niche, the next step is to perform a detailed keyword research using tools such as Keyword Elite or AdWords on Google.com to generate a list of keyword phrases. This is a key step that will form kind of the backbone for attracting views to your article. Then the next step is to decide on a theme for your video. You need to pick a theme that is suitable to your topic, yet geared towards maximizing your video views. Some of the most successful themes on YouTube include humor, something being weird, something spectacular, a celebrity, shocking, or mysterious. Obviously, if your video is about a serious matter, such as cancer or other health-related thing, you can't use a theme like humor, but you could use some of the other themes that I just mentioned, because matching the theme with the content is an important step, as it really greatly affects the video's chances of going viral. The third step there is writing the script. Every video needs a good script. Even if you're going to write bullets for your script and then talk on camera, you still should spend some time creating an outline of what your video will discuss, kind of write a script so that you have some key sentences already prepared. It needs to blend with the topic and the theme, and make certain that your video is not really a commercial, nor delivered in kind of a boring, monotone style lecture. You need to have some inflection and excitement and some of your own personality in the video. So, creating the video. There are several different options for video creation. You could use something like Camtasia to turn a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation into a video. You could also use Camtasia to do a screen capture video that records what you're doing on screen, which is perfect for like software demonstrations. You could use something like Article Video Robot, which I'll show you in a second, to turn your article turn an article, so take the words and turn it into video, basically with the click of a button, and you can automate the graphics. It adds in a voiceover, etc., etc. Like I said, I'll show that to you in a sec. You could also take the use a slideshow creator that's in a tool such as Traffic Geyser. Traffic Geyser also distributes the video for you, and we'll talk about that a little bit later as well. You could use your webcam to create a video log, or you could use your digital camera to create any sort of interview that you wanted to have on the internet. You can also use software such as Cyberlink Power Director to take a video from your camcorder and add kind of professional transitions and other effects. Whichever option you choose takes time, and you need to make it look professional, but also you need to let your personality come through. You should also include a short intro. You should have an exit kind of clip you should have an intro at the beginning and an exit clip at the end of the video that kind of states your website address and what your website is about. Really important is to try and hook the viewer with something interesting, such as perhaps offering them a free related product or something like that. So let me just jump here real quick to this one example I have. I think it's right here. Yeah, here it is. This is a preliminary video that I created from an article that we wrote. So you can see down here our website is on the bottom of this video. This is from, as I mentioned before, Article Video Robot. And then the specific page that you go to in order to find this article is also listed there. So right now, I've chosen a background, a color for the words, and I've chosen a voice. And within about less than a minute, it takes my whole article and this voice reads my whole article. Now I can go back in and add pictures, I can add in other little video clips. I've also chosen music in the background. So it's a real great way to kickstart yourself and get things moving forward. So let me just play a little bit of that right now. Okay, so that's just a really quick example of taking a straight article and moving it right to video with a really nice sounding voice, some good music in the background, and as I said, the colors that I've chosen there, etc. So a great way to kind of get yourself kick-started and then add things in as you want to jazz it up a bit more. Okay, going back to keywords, there's, again, a number of places we need to think about your keywords. You should now refer back to the keyword list you generated before. Select some of the more popular keyword searches and create a title by combining these keywords or choosing, focusing on one keyword phrase. Ensure that your more popular keywords are close to the beginning of the title as well, and the closer to the beginning, the greater the weight given by the search engines. You also need to write a keyword description. Your description should always begin with a live link to your website, and this is important for several reasons. Building backlinks, which we all know are essential for improving your search engine ranking. You'll get those when you have your link in your description. And many YouTube viewers automatically look in the description box for a link to conveniently click through to the website pertaining to the video. So you want to help them out. You don't want to make it difficult for them to find you. You don't really want them to just see it on the video and then have to write it down and go there. You want a link in your description. Keyword-rich descriptions kind of increase the keyword density of your video because the search engines, as I've said in previous sessions, cannot read video. They cannot read flash or animated graphics. They only can read words. So really having keyword-rich descriptions helps to further improve your ranking in the search engines. So embed your major keyword phrases in the description. Do not spam this description box, however. Ensure the text reads fluid, kind of with a human reader in mind. So again, everything should make sense to the people reading it and reviewing it and finding you on the internet. You also need to insert your major keywords in the tag fields. You need to go back and select, again, those same keywords pertaining to your video. Insert the keywords in this tag field separated by a comma. Now here you can list other keywords that maybe aren't in your headline, but really the kind of the rule is insert only about 8 keyword phrases, as to do so can kind of be interpreted, if you do more, it can be interpreted kind of as spamming. And you also need to ensure you select the most appropriate video category. So the next thing to do would be to mass distribute and market your video. If you can afford the $47 per month fee, I'm not sure if it's gone up at this point, but that's what it was at one point. A great tool would be a service called Traffic Geyser. A lot of people use it, and it's a powerful online video marketing tool. It enables you to distribute your video to 23 plus, or it might even be more than that now, video sharing sites at the click of a button. It also can strip the audio from the video and upload it to a huge number of podcasting directories. And it also can send your those newly created links to the video sites and to the podcasting to social bookmarking sites for further website traffic and exposure. If you don't want to pay their fee, then a free alternative would be TubeMogul. This service doesn't offer the automated video creation, podcasting, or social bookmarking offered by Traffic Geyser, but it's really a viable free alternative. The other thing, of course, that you can do, and which is why I gave you the full list, is you can go to each website yourself, either the 250 plus or just choose the top 10, and distribute them directly yourself one by one. So there's lots of ways to get your video out there. In regards to marketing your video, you now need to market your video with the video sharing sites that I mentioned and other external sites. You can do this by posting links to your video on related forum posts, on blog posts, on things like Yahoo Answers. You should use, or you can use, a tool like Bookmarking Daemon to social bookmark your sites and drive instant targeted traffic. And this area about marketing is really so huge, you might want to check out something like Video Marketing Devastation, there it is, Devastation, for more information. So there's a number of key steps. What you're really looking to do is optimize that keyword search. You're looking to create a video that people can relate to. It does not have to be super, super professionally done. It's something that they can understand you, your organization. It could even be like what's going on here every week, what new questions have our customers asked us, what things are coming up as issues in the marketplace or opportunities in the marketplace. And the idea really is to create something interesting that people will want to look at over time and see your most recent release in your video series and just keep coming back and telling their friends about you. So there we go. That's video marketing in a nutshell. So moving on to press releases. So the first thing to think about is, of course, looking at putting out a well-written traditional press release over the wires. But nowadays, the opportunity is to have a built-in link to the social media version of your press release. And one of the places to put the social media version of your press release is at your own online newsroom. So it's basically another page on your website where you're going to post all your social media press releases and then have a link from the traditional write-up to the social media version. And then we're going to talk about lots of other things you can do too. If you do this, you can bypass the wire services fees without giving up on their distribution platform. That's one thing to think about when you're doing this. But you can also supplement the wire services, things like prweb.com. And there's actually a new company, or relatively new company, called Noodles. It's the first online aggregator of press releases, kind of in real time, and it has nearly 9 million archived press releases. So let's just take a look at that real quick. So here's Noodles. So here's Noodles, a gateway to fax. It actually goes all over the world. So right now they're looking at, press releases, corporate news, and company announcements that are released every day by almost 33,000 organizations across 163 countries and 90 markets. So you look down here, this is Noodles for the media and Noodles for PR professionals. Here you can see that they have over 9 million articles. And based upon whatever country you use to sign in at, here's the most active sources of news media in the country that I've signed in from right now, which is Canada. So the Government of Canada is using this, the Embassy of Canada in France, Statistics Canada, the Toronto Police Service, Toronto Blue Jays, which is a baseball team, etc., etc. So a good tool to look at when you're considering getting out there with your press releases. Okay. So press releases really allow you to expand your reach. It's a great way to reach new audiences and related media outlets while broadening your brand's reach. And as I mentioned before, successful online PR will also help in your link building efforts. On one hand, online press releases are great because you can reach a bigger, more direct audience. On the other hand, they can be kind of tricky because due to the volume of news found out there and displayed on the internet, you're kind of competing with more content. So therefore, you really need to have good online PR. In order to have good online PR, you need to make sure it's incredibly focused. The focus comes with knowing what news you want to promote and doing your keyword research based around that news. Incorporating keywords into your press release will absolutely optimize it for search engines like Google. Online press releases have brought the kind of that public feel back to things, as you'll see later, with the ability to reach communities directly and the ability to have more two-way communication with those communities, which really does not happen with traditional press releases. Another difference is that like PR has always been thought of as kind of the intangible in the marketplace. The advertising that a lot of people traditionally used in their company was considered to be kind of the tangible way of getting your message out there, because you could see how many ads you got placed, how many billboards, how many, TV commercials you were out there with, et cetera, et cetera. Online press releases, though, can be partially tangible thanks to the evolution in technology. With things like Google Analytics, you can monitor where the traffic is coming from and how much traffic there is. Your goals can be set up in Google Analytics, and those kind of goals will help inform you when your specific goal is reached and really help you measure your performance. One of the things that press releases provide, which other forms of social media don't provide, is press releases get you in front of the media. And media relations is different than a press release, because media relations is all about getting your news and the news outlets to report on your event or your company. So again, by using the traditional forms of press releases and then using the social media forms of press releases, you're getting to a new audience, that being the press, and that message can be then picked up and taken out with them helping to write your story and giving you more even in free promotion and free ability to reach new audiences, I guess is what I want to say. One of the things I've been kind of mentioning is that online press releases really can be looked at as a component to your search engine optimization campaigns. And search engine optimization is all about building visibility by ranking in the search engines, as we know. It isn't about spending a ton of money to place ads in Google. Rather, it's about creating keyword-rich content and getting that content to be found and ranked by Google bots. With your press release optimized for your keywords, you'll be positioned to receive coverage on these topics, which will be absolutely fabulous for you. Okay, so some of the tips about creating the, let's just see, I think I might have jumped ahead a little bit there. Nope. Okay. For tips for creating online press releases. Really, there's kind of an art to creating a press release. You cannot overstep the bounds of true PR by making your release sound too promotional. Even if you are promoting for a product, make the release newsworthy. Allow the content to show the importance and value of what you're promoting, and absolutely do not come off as a pitch person. It's really important that you be something that deserves this headline title, that really pulls in the media and pulls in people because you've added significant value and something that can't be found in every other blog or every other thing that people are going to read out there. Another tip is to optimize your press release, as I said, with keywords so that your release can be found by Google. You should add a keyword or two to the release's title, in addition to your company's name, for branding purposes, of course. Include your keywords throughout for a density of at least 3%. Most press releases should be between about 300 and 400 words, depending upon what you're writing on, and this length really will be able to satisfy the distribution sites and other interested parties while keeping the content to a manageable length. So again, optimize for keywords. You should also do a little research before selecting your distribution sites to use. When you're looking at free distribution sites and using them on a regular basis, one of the ways to research them is to go to a place called www.compete.com. This is a free tool that allows you to compare the traffic of different websites. So I'm just going to take you there for a second and show you what that looks like. So here's compete.com, and what you can do is you can compare sites, you can get the site profile, you basically can become a better online marketer. You can monitor your rivals' online performance, you can find new keywords, and you can discover new streams of traffic. And there's different levels on how you can get involved, if you're a small business, if you're a large organization, et cetera, et cetera. So in one ranking that was done not too long ago, one of the things that we found was that PR log versus, in one comparison, versus press release point versus bignews.biz, PR logs was getting a lot more traffic and a lot more unique visitor count. It's a good idea to look at using a number of these sites, though, because the different search engines will pull from different ones and use them. Consider certain ones to be more valuable than others and pull from them. But here's at least 6 examples of different services you can use, and I'm going to give you more in just a second. Yeah. So here's about 20, maybe 15 or 20 different sites that you can use for distributing your press releases, both in a traditional manner and also in a social media manner. So some other ideas to consider. Write an engaging title. So here's one I just picked out, The Best Thing is Love. That's pretty engaging, and if I was interested in, I think it's a children's book or a children's CD, maybe I might pick that one up. But when you're thinking about an engaging title in the more business-to-business environment, what you might want to think about is combining your customer's greatest need with your product's greatest benefit. So an example of that might be, let's say you had a book to offer or an ebook to offer about low-cost website promotion. The need for your customer might be to promote their website, and the benefit might be low-cost ways to do it. So the takeaway from thinking about your title is, what does your press release mean for your audience, and make sure that you fulfill your customer's needs with your announcement. Another thing to consider would be to tie your press release, your newsworthy idea, to an offer. So maybe you might have an offer such as a free item, which could be a piece of existing content that was repackaged as an ebook or a special report. Or maybe you might have a free software application or a screensaver download. There might be access to an audio or video webcast. Maybe a chance to comment on your blog or get an RSS feed, access to a coupon, or perhaps a participation in a sweepstakes or a contest. So if there's something to draw them back to your website besides the normal backlink or the normal link to your website, that's always a good idea to help increase your traffic and add their names to your newsletter list. We also talked about some search engine ideas for your press releases. Of course, we need to research keywords before you write. I can't say that enough. I already said to pay attention to the first, 300 to 400 words. In that area, the first section of content, Google will use it to determine how relevant your information is compared to the rest of its search results. So kind of use those first 300 words to set the tone of the rest of your article, and make sure you include your primary and secondary keywords several times, and that you have an appropriate density of your keywords throughout the article. You need to check your keyword density. Again, anywhere from 3 to maybe 10% is usually pretty good. Use your keywords in the title. Link your keywords. In the title, of course, is your title. You can look at it putting in your subhead in your first paragraph. They're the most search relevant items in your press release. When linking back to your site, make sure to link your keywords and not generic phrases. So don't use the phrase "click here." Use your keywords as the hyperlink going back to your website. You're not telling Google really anything about the content of that link if you use "click here," so that's why you need to use your keywords. And you should always include the full URL, including http:// when linking to your site. It really needs to see that whole piece. And you should, of course, post the original press release on your site. Don't just give away your content to the news wires. Post your press release at the source, your site. By doing this, you can post a link in your release back to the original press release on your site. And this will encourage kind of any bloggers or journalists to link to your site rather than the site they found it on, which is really terrific and helps you with that search engine ranking and traffic. So how to publish a press release online. When you're posting a press release online, start with the free sites, as I mentioned. It will give you practice before you dive into the more complex and more expensive paid PR sites. You may find that free sites serve your need perfectly well. This is kind of the traditional press release format here, but out of the traditional press release format, for the social media format, you need to think about things like your headline. Many sites will give you a maximum space of 100 characters, so you need to think about how long is your headline. Your summary about the press release usually is the lead paragraph, and many sites here will give you a maximum space of 200 to 250 characters. In the body of the press release, many sites request that you do not start off using the date because they will do it for you. The body is not a limited character area usually, but some sites will either allow or not allow HTML. So it's good to spell out any URLs that you're putting in with the full http://www dot, etc., etc. The keywords related to your press release that you'd like to be found on, of course. This field is generally limited to around 100 characters and is not offered on every press release site. So when I mention keywords here, I'm talking about specific field that just allows you to put in your keywords above and beyond how you've embedded them into the body of your article. And in the About section, this is where you get to put in your blurb about your company and give a link to your website. Some sites will ask that you register or log in. Other ones will not require you to do that to submit a press release. And oftentimes the websites are going to ask for who's the author, what's the company name, what's the contact info, what's the industry, what's the site URL, what's the location that you're distributing this from. So be prepared for all that sort of information as well so that you can whiz through it kind of quickly. It's a good idea to keep a list of the sites that you're using along with the URLs and the passwords so that you don't forget them later on if you want as you use them again. Most sites will email you a link to your press release when it's posted. Free press release sites may have a 1 or 2 day delay in posting. What you can also do, and I think I mentioned this earlier, is subscribe to something like Google Alerts at http://www.google.com/alerts to see when someone has picked up your release. And there's other tools that you can use. For example, the letter X press.com will send your press release to their list of over 30,000 reporters, as well as working with PR Newswire to get your press release included in AOL, Yahoo, Google News, E-Trade, the Los Angeles Times, Lycos, Hoover's, LexisNexis, and thousands of other syndication networks. So there's tons and tons of ways that you can do this and make it happen. So let's look at social media press releases. Back in 2006, there was a gentleman, Tom Feremsky. He was a journalist for Silicon Valley Insider. He proposed a new format for press releases in an article called Die, Press Release, Die, Die, Die. In this article, he kind of explained to companies exactly what he was looking for in a press release, which would make his job as a journalist much easier. He wanted the press releases to be deconstructed into special sections. He wanted the information tagged so that as a publisher he could preassemble some of the news story and make the information useful. What he wanted was for people to provide a brief description of what the announcement is, but leave the spin to the journalists. He felt the journalists that are going to put their own spin on the story anyway, so kind of why would we be bothering? He wanted people to keep it straightforward rather than, as he said, spin-tastic. He wanted people to provide a page of quotes from the CEO or other C-level executives. He wanted a page of quotes from customers, if applicable, a page of quotes from the financial analysts, if applicable, to provide financial information in many different formats. He wanted as many links inside the press release copy that would also provide a whole, and then also separately provide a whole page of relevant links to other news stories or reference sources. And he wanted everything tagged so he could pre-assemble his stories. The tags would be things like recent share price, the founders, first quarter revenues, analyst quotes, etc. His kind of message was produce new media communications releases. And what came out of that was this company called Shift Communications. They created what really has become back then it was the future of social media press releases, and now it's become kind of the standard in regards to the new template. They created a template that included in its format things like content tagging, areas for video, audio, graphics, photos, hyperlinks, RSS subscription links, social media bookmarking links, etc., etc. And this really gave journalists every means of making the most out of an article while making it interactive and engaging enough to be shared by mainstream users as well. This was just in the beginning a template. However, in practice, the social media press release really took off. Let's see. What they found was that the big brands started picking it up. So companies like Nutrisystem, Gatorade, Ford Motor Company, General Motors in Europe even started using a social media newsroom. So companies really picked up on it. And so nowadays you have actually social media release sites that have been developed, which are kind of a whole new breed of sites that encourage making your press release as social as possible and not just as flat as they were before. So you have sites like Pitch Engine, which have come about. This is a site dedicated to helping you build social media releases. They offer kind of a full suite for both journalists and PR professionals. They offer a free service where they only hold your release for 30 days, but they also offer paid services where they keep an active archive of your releases, or you can also have on their site your own customized newsroom for a monthly service fee. Pitch Engine calls themselves kind of a social platform that enables PR or press releases to effectively, or PR to effectively, package stories and share them with journalists, bloggers, and influencers worldwide via the social web. However, they are not a wire service. So let's just take a look at them for a second. It's here. Here's Pitch Engine right here. Here's Pitch Engine, the better way to publish your news, they say. Skip the press release, create a pitch, and share your news, announcement, or promotion directly with your customers. Publish it to search engines, social networks, your website, and more with Pitch Engine. So create your pitch, share your pitch, and interact pitches. So there you go. And right now they have 43,000 brands with 161,000 pitches created. And there are some of the people who are using them today. So again, an opportunity for people to use it either for small businesses or for large businesses. So something definitely to think about. Okay, we'll go back to this here. So here's what the social media press release suggestion here, as it says from Shift Communications, the website link, contact information, the headline, some core facts, link and RSS feed to a delicious page, again to help spread it more viral, pre-approved quotes, 3 links that matter, boilerplate statements, over here that for a photo, an MP3 file or podcast link, a graphic, a video, some comments, and trackbacks to blogs that link to this site. So in use, it might look like this. So this is actually a press release from Shift, and I'm just going to go down here so you can see it a bit further. It goes on. Here's some quotes about the company, etc., etc. So it's a little bit longer than the PowerPoint slide, but here's their news facts, etc., etc. So something definitely to think about, and how you might want to use this sort of tool as you go forward. I had a few other sites to show you here. So this is one of a free press release distribution service, PR Log. I mentioned them earlier. Here's Press Release Point, again, a free press release distribution website. Here's bignews.biz, again, a free press release and world news distribution service. So various ones that you can look at, and they were kind of all covered in a little bit earlier in the presentation. So wrapping this up, you need to develop a publication plan. in order to stay top of mind as an expert? What will you write about from a press release perspective? What videos will you do, and what's your schedule? Where will you link these to on your website, and with what keywords? And therefore, once you figure out what you're going to write about, what's the frequency of your press release and video publications versus other communications that you're doing? So your homework would be to create a YouTube account and just get yourself familiar with it. Creating a video would be a bit larger of a homework assignment. So what I've said here is to prepare one press release and submit that press release to one site to identify your publication plan and go from there. So the summary would be is that videos are the new big thing to promote your brand, your service, or your organization. The new press releases have more ability to link to other online content and facilitate interactivity. And what you want to do, again, as always, is to link everything back to your website and grow those backlinks. And of course, develop an editorial schedule and a frequency. So if you have any questions, you can email us or call us. Our email is info@healthconnections.com. You spell Health Connections just as it's listed there, and info@healthconnections.com. So thank you very much for listening to session number 6, and we hope to hear back from you soon.